Well, we're going to talk a little bit about balance. In fact, we're going to talk a lot about balance. We're going to look at 6 practices that we can do to increase our balance. The primary factors behind the ability to balance are fourfold: awareness, pay attention, concentration, and focus. So we're going to be talking about those 4 factors. The ability to balance is very, very important as we get older, as you probably know. As you get older, your bones become not as strong as they were when you were young. Your muscles get weaker. I mean, it's a fact. As we get older, the muscles get weaker. You can't lift as much weight as you used to. Like an old buddy that I knew, he said he doesn't go out in his boat anymore because anchor keeps getting heavier. So how do we keep our bones and our muscles strong? Well, what has been proven is that exercise is the number one thing to do in order to keep the body strong, muscles and the bones strong. Weight-bearing exercises, lifting weights, working with weights, is one of the best ways to keep the bones strong and the muscles strong compared to people who don't do weight-bearing exercises. So, anybody can fall down, young as well as old. The lack of staying in the moment while moving or even standing can result in falling. Broken fingers, wrists, arms, legs, hips, and so on occur every day, 365 days a year, to old people as well as young people. So as babies, we learn to stand up, and then we learn to walk. If we fell down, we didn't have much fear of breaking anything because our bones were very flexible and not likely to break. As years progress, bones and muscles get stronger, and balancing is not much of a problem. You can probably remember as teenagers, we run, jump, do handstands, much more, and if we fall, no big thing. But as we get older, falling is a concern because bones are not as strong and flexible as they once were, and they're much more likely to break and take longer to heal. Not only do the bones get weaker, but arthritis in the bones is common. 50% of people over the age of 65 have some form of arthritis. To add to these problems, our minds tend to wander more. We just have things to think about of the past. You may be going into one room and to get something, and you go into the room and you don't remember why you went in there, mainly because your mind was wandering, and when you got in there, you forgot what you were going to go get. A wandering mind brings us out of the present moment and weakens our ability to pay attention to what we are doing. The lack of awareness often results in falling and bones breaking. The key to not falling relies heavily on becoming more and more aware of what we're doing right now in the present moment. Learning to become aware is a progressive practice that we should take seriously. Please do not hurry through these practices. They are meant to be taken seriously over a long period of time. Don't get discouraged. Take your time. All right. So the number one, standing. Stand on both feet with your knees slightly bent. So it's very important to have the knees bent because you've got proprioceptors in the joints, especially the knees, and if you lock your knees out, you won't be able to feel your feet as well. It may be only 20%, but that 20% makes a big difference. Become aware of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. Bring your awareness up into your legs, your knees, your hips, your torso, your arms, your head. Bring your awareness to your breathing. And finally, bring your attention, your awareness, your focus on the environment. When you can stay standing in awareness for 10 minutes, you're ready to go to the second practice. So practice that, standing, being aware in the moment, not letting the mind wander. If the mind wanders, just bring it back to the present moment. Okay? Practice number 2 is walking. Walking heel to toe, while breathing is the magic of being aware while walking. Walking slowly while intentionally breathing in and out with the rhythm of your walking and staying aware of your body while at the same time aware of the environment is called mindful walking. Mindful walking was made famous by Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. When you can mindfully walk for 10 minutes, you're ready for the third practice. So mindfully walk, heel to toe, aware of your breathing, aware of the environment. When the mind wanders, bring it back. If you can do that for 10 minutes, you're ready for the next step. Practice number 3. This is the one-legged stand. Stand as you did in practice number 1, where you were just standing and feeling the bottoms of your feet and so on. Then slowly shift your weight to one leg, concentrating on the bottom of your foot, Notice where your weight is distributed on the bottom of your foot. Most likely, it's distributed on the outer edge. Stay focused on that part of your foot while becoming aware of your whole body. Just bring your awareness up into the body, but staying still focused on the bottom of your foot. Relax everything while slowly breathing in and out with the belly. So breathe with the belly. Keep focusing on the bottom of your foot and aware of your body, slowly bringing your awareness to the surroundings. Bend the knee of the free leg, not the one you're standing on. Bring it up behind you, high enough so you can reach down and take a hold of your ankle. If you want to, you can try to grab a hold of your ankle with both hands. Put one hand behind you and see if you can grab a hold of your ankle with both hands. If not, that's okay. If you can stand like that for 30 seconds, you're ready for the fourth practice. If you cannot raise your foot high enough to hold on to it, don't go to the next practice until you can stand on one foot for at least 1 minute or more, just without holding on to the ankle, just standing on one foot for 1 minute or more. If you're not able to stand for 1 minute on one foot, stay with this practice. Go back to practice 1, do number 2, and then do this number 3 until you can stand on one foot for 30 seconds. The key is to not hurry through these practices. Have patience. That's the main thing. A lot of people say, I can't do this, I can't do that. Don't use the word can't. Say, I can. I will do it. Okay, so the fourth practice is stairs. Walking up and down stairs may not be easy for some seniors because of arthritis in the knees, as I was talking about. If this is the case, it may help to use a handrail and even wrap your knees with, say, ACE bandages or elastic knee wraps or something that will keep your knees warm and maybe a little pressure on the knee. Begin by holding onto the hand railing. If it's present, while slowly walking mindfully, as we mentioned above in practice number 4. So walk up and down the stairs. Take your time. Be mindful going up and down. Be mindful of your hips, your legs, your feet, your breathing. Walking mindfully up and down is not only good for increasing awareness, but it's also great for increasing strength in the legs, which, by the way, helps to produce or helps to ease the problems in the knees. The stronger the legs, the easier it is on the knees. Increase the muscles around the kneecaps and around the knee joint. Once you're able to walk up and down a flight of stairs mindfully for 2 minutes, you have successfully and significantly increased your awareness, attention, concentration, and focusing powers. Once you can do that, up and down, walking mindfully up and down the stairs, you're free to go on to the next exercise, exercise 5. Now, exercise 5 is hand to foot pose. This practice takes more concentration than the other ones. Concentration. Take it slow and go step by step. Stand as you did in practice number 1. Become fully aware of the bottom of your feet up into your body and breathe. Breathe with the belly and relax. Relax. Relax, that's the key. Don't be in a hurry. Shift your weight onto one foot, bending the knee ever so slightly. Rather than bringing your awareness to the environment this time, as we did in practice 3, one-legged stand, in other words, maintain your concentration on the bottom of your foot, your body, and your breathing. Concentration on foot, body, and your breathing. Now, place the arm that is opposite the foot you intend to stand on in front of. Place your arm in front of you, like between your legs and your crotch. Keep the arm that's on the same side of the standing foot hanging down by your side. Slowly raise the knee on the non-standing leg in front of you and place your hand on the bottom of your foot. Now, this might sound difficult, and you might try it and may not be able to do it. But if you've accomplished exercise 4, you should be able to. If you can't do that, if you can't grab a hold of the bottom of your foot, go back and practice exercise 4. So bring the knee up, place your hand on the bottom of your foot. Make sure you're breathing slowly with the belly. Concentrate on the bottom of your foot. Now focus on something in front of you. Concentrate and focus at the same time. So you're concentrating on your body, your foot, your breathing, and you're focusing on an object or something in front of you. Keep your focus on that object. Slowly extend your leg while holding onto your foot or your toes, and extend your other arm out to the side. When you can extend your leg out to the side as high as your chest and hold the pose for 10 seconds or more, that's Padangusthasana. And congratulations. So to get this far might take quite a while. But if you want to learn how to practice, or if you want to learn how to balance, this is very important. Take your time. Don't get frustrated. Have patience. Persist. Practice, practice, practice. All right. So that is the ultimate in standing, is a Padangusthasana. Now let's go to another lesson. So lesson number 6 is the crane pose. This pose relies not so much on strength as it does balance. When you become proficient at Bakasana, You'll see what I mean. Come into a squatting position and place your hands on the ground or mat or floor or whatever, right below your shoulders. Spread your fingers and breathe. Place your knees on the outside of your arms and tilt forward while bringing your feet together. Rest your knees on your elbows for support. Slowly walk your toes forward until they come off the floor. You'll be leaning forward like you're going to go over on your head. Be aware, be concentrating of your body. Be concentrating. Be aware of your breathing. Come forward until your toes come off the floor and you're balancing on your hands. So this may take some strength to begin with, but once you get practicing, once you get used to this Bakasana, you'll be able to see how balancing is more important than strength. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's very important. When you do Bakasana, everyone tends to hold the breath, but practice the breath. When you begin practicing this pose, you may want to place a small pillow under your head in case you tilt too far forward. Just remember, this pose takes practice to master. Very important. Okay, so now we're going to go to another pose that is kind of controversial. You may not want to do this, and even I don't do it anymore. It's called the headstand. This pose has been banned in many studios because of the stress that it places on the head and the neck. So, that being said, you can try the headstand at your own risk, but remember, you could break your neck. so just be aware. Men tend to have stronger necks than women, so be very careful. There are two major ways to do the headstand. One is to place your hands together, resting the back of your head on your hands between your arms and elbows, forming a V. The other way is to form a triad with the head and the two arms. In either case, you then either propel yourself upward by simply using your legs, kind of jumping up and down, and then press up with the leg and come up into a headstand, pushing off the floor. Or you can bend your knees and slowly move forward and then lengthen the legs up toward the sky. Like I said, I once did practice the headstand, but I don't do it any longer because I feel the risk of injury outweighs the benefits. What I do know, what I do now is go into the tripod stance, as though I'm going into a headstand. But instead of going up with the legs, I just raise one leg, keeping the other one down on the floor. For more extensive instruction on the headstand, I recommend going to this website. They've got more instruction and more cautionary things to say about doing the headstand. So if you're interested in learning how to do the headstand, go to this website. Thank you. I hope this has been informative. And I again stress the importance of practice, being patient, and if you're really interested in balancing, persist on doing it, and practice, practice, practice. Thank you for watching, and happy balancing.